Just one bottle of water placed in the right spot can become a powerful symbol that reminds you of a steady and continuous flow of money. This is not magic, it is a subtle Feng Shui secret that helps unlock prosperity and maintain long-lasting abundance. Hello, I am Master Han. In Feng Shui, water is a symbol of wealth, of movement, and of growth. Just like the human body cannot survive without water, a home cannot be filled with abundant fortune without the element of water placed in the right location. A small bottle of water, if placed in the wrong spot, can cause your wealth energy to leak away. But if you place it correctly, the flow of prosperity can be activated, explode with energy, and continue to flow without end. In today's video, I will reveal to you how to place a bottle of spring water in specific spots around your home to activate prosperity, keep the flow of money going strong, and open the door to lasting abundance. This method is incredibly simple, yet it can have a huge impact if you do it right. But before we begin, take a moment to write down a positive affirmation in the comments. Money always flows into my life like an endless stream. Also, do not forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a Feng Shui tip that helps you keep your wealth grow, your wealth, and pass on good fortune to future generations. To understand how just one small bottle of water can bring such powerful wealth energy, we need to go back to the roots of Feng Shui, where water has always been considered the life force of prosperity and abundance. In Feng Shui, water is not just an element that sustains life. It also represents wealth energy and the constant movement of fortune. For thousands of years, Feng Shui masters have seen water as the lifeblood of a home. Wherever there is water, there is life energy. And once that energy is activated, prosperity has a chance to grow and multiply. In the philosophy of the 5 elements, water nourishes wood, cools down the heat of fire, and brings balance to the remaining elements. A home without the water element often feels dry, unbalanced, and harsh. But with just the right placement of water, the space immediately becomes softer, more peaceful, and full of vitality. Look at nature. Rivers keep flowing, rain keeps falling, and springs keep gushing from the mountains. Money in our lives works the same way. It only holds value when it is moving. If it is blocked, wealth energy becomes stagnant, like a still pond with no life force. That is exactly why even a small bottle of water, when placed correctly, becomes a living symbol of wealth circulation. Every time you see it, it is like a gentle reminder that prosperity needs movement and nourishment in order to never run out. Putting a bottle of water in the right location is like opening the door for the river of wealth to flow into your home, nourishing your spirit, your finances, and your long-term abundance. Now that we understand the power of water, the next big question is, where exactly should you place the bottle so that the flow of wealth is truly activated? Right after this, I will share with you the golden locations inside your home. Number 1. The east side of the living room. In Feng Shui, the east side of the living room has long been considered one of the most critical areas. It is where the sun rises, bringing the very first light of the day to awaken all living things. That dawn light symbolizes new beginnings, hope, and sustainable growth. For centuries, Feng Shui masters have seen the east as a space that activates life energy, a gateway for growth, and the unlocking of hidden potential. When you place a bottle of spring water on the east side of your living room, you are not just adding an object. What you are really doing is activating the flow of wealth energy through the natural resonance of the elements. In the language of Feng Shui, water symbolizes circulation, softness, and endless nourishment. Meanwhile, the east belongs to the wood element, representing growth, expansion, and the process of rising. When water nourishes wood, these two forces harmonize, creating a favorable energy current that supports financial growth and career development. Imagine the east as a piece of land receiving radiant morning sunlight. A bottle of water placed here becomes like a gentle spring, quietly watering that land, helping the seeds of opportunity inside your home take root and reach upward. It is a perfect resonance between the brightness of dawn and the freshness of flowing water, bringing harmony and vitality to your space. Placing water in the east also helps balance the energy field in your home. This area is naturally linked to movement and beginnings. Without the presence of water, the energy can become dry, rigid, and hard to grow. But with just one small bottle of water, the energy softens, becomes more flexible, and begins to flow positively, allowing wealth to circulate continuously and sustainably. One core principle in Feng Shui is that water never stands still. It always moves. It always seeks a path to continue its cycle. Money in our lives works the same way. If you keep it idle, its value slowly fades. Only when money is in motion, used, invested, and regenerated, can it grow. That is why a water bottle placed in the east side of your living room becomes a visual reminder. Wealth must stay in motion, must be nourished so that it never runs dry. More than that, the east is also associated with youthful energy renewal and belief in the future. When you place a bottle of water in this area, you are not only creating a Feng Shui symbol of abundance, but also sending a message to yourself and your family: always stay optimistic and be ready for new opportunities. That energy is like the light of a new dawn, bringing fresh starts, hope, and constant growth every single day. Number 2, the inner left side of the main entrance. In Feng Shui, the main entrance is known as the mouth of energy for the home. It is the point where energy from the outside enters and flows throughout the house. Whether it is wealth energy, life energy, or even negative energy, it all starts here. That is why how you arrange this area directly affects the prosperity of everyone in the house. Within that, the inner left side of the main door, also known as the green dragon position, is extremely important. The green dragon symbolizes growth, protection, and good fortune in classical Feng Shui. When this area is activated correctly, it allows wealth energy to enter without leaking away. It supports your career and helps bring smooth progress in all that you do. Placing a bottle of spring water in the green dragon position is a way of adding the water element to help retain energy. In Feng Shui, water not only symbolizes wealth, but also helps to slow down and regulate the flow of energy. Energy entering through the front door can often be too strong, easily scattered without an anchor. The presence of water on the left side helps soften that energy, allowing it to gently seep into the home. As a result, wealth energy not only arrives but stays. The image of flowing water naturally brings to mind nourishment. When placed in the green dragon position, it is like a gentle stream quietly nourishing the positive energy, protecting wealth, and laying the foundation for prosperity. On a deeper level, water in this position also brings stability. It reminds us that financial luck must be cared for, protected and cultivated. It cannot be left to drift away. Another key idea is that the green dragon in Feng Shui represents protection. With the addition of water, that protection becomes even more powerful. This is a perfect balance between the soft strength of water and the majestic energy of the green dragon, providing the homeowner with invisible support, helping your work go smoothly and your family life remain peaceful. From a symbolic standpoint, every time you walk through your main door and see that bottle of water, it is like being reminded that your home is holding and protecting a stream of financial energy. That simple presence builds trust and a sense of calm, and that calm itself is what activates prosperity. Number 3, next to the safe or money cabinet. In Feng Shui, your safe or money cabinet is considered the heart of financial fortune in the home. This is the place that holds wealth directly. It stands for accumulation, security, and the abundance of the family. That is why the Feng Shui around your safe is so important. It directly affects your ability to keep and grow your wealth. When you place a bottle of spring water next to your safe or money cabinet, you are bringing the water element close to the treasure vault of your home. In Feng Shui, water is the symbol of money circulation and endless cycles. Water in this location symbolizes maintaining a continuous financial flow, so your wealth never dries up and always gets renewed with fresh energy. It is like a declaration that your family's wealth will keep moving, keep expanding. Every time you open your safe, the presence of water nearby helps activate wealth energy. Water by nature is adaptable and flows easily. When placed near the safe, it acts as a conductor that allows the flow of financial energy to operate smoothly. This means that whether you are putting money in or taking it out, the process will be efficient, balanced, and uninterrupted, helping your finances remain steady and even more profitable. Additionally, placing water next to the safe also symbolizes protection. In Feng Shui, wealth needs to be not only stored, but shielded from unpredictable forces. Water here acts like a soft cushion, protecting your valuables and preventing unnecessary loss. It creates a safe energy field, giving you peace of mind in managing your finances. On a deeper level, this combination of the safe, which represents stillness, and water, which represents movement, creates a unique balance. The safe holds wealth. Water creates flow. One stores, the other circulates. When these two forces work together, the wealth energy in your home moves beyond simply keeping money and begins to grow money. So placing a bottle of spring water next to your safe is a powerful way to connect with prosperity energy. It transforms saving into a dynamic cycle, just like a river that not only holds water, but also keeps flowing endlessly. This is the key to not only protecting what you have, but also expanding your wealth step by step into greater abundance. Number 4, the kitchen, near the refrigerator or sink in Feng Shui. The kitchen is always considered the food treasury of the family, the space that nourishes life and is directly connected to wealth. A home with a warm kitchen, steady fire, and plentiful food often enjoys peace, harmony, and prosperity. On the other hand, when the kitchen is out of balance in terms of energy can easily be disrupted. This can lead to situations where, even if the family is doing well in business, they struggle to accumulate and retain wealth. That is why the Feng Shui arrangement of the kitchen is considered one of the most important factors for long-term stability and prosperity. The kitchen belongs to the fire element, as it is where flames are lit every day, generating heat and life energy. In the 5 elements theory, fire has the power to bring vitality, warmth, and growth. However, when fire becomes too dominant, it can burn away wealth energy. In the context of prosperity, excessive fire is like money that comes into the home and quickly evaporates. It becomes difficult to save, and financial resources are easily spent or lost. This is one of the reasons why many families feel that even though life seems abundant, they lack financial stability and long-term security. To address this, Feng Shui recommends introducing the water element into the kitchen space. Water helps calm fire, creating balance and regulating the energy flow. One of the simplest yet most effective ways to do this is by placing a bottle of spring water near the refrigerator or the sink. These are areas naturally associated with the water element, so adding a bottle of water there enhances that energy, creating natural balance and reducing the excess fire energy from the cooking area. However, there is one important rule to remember: never place the bottle too close to the stove or open flames. When water and fire are in direct conflict, the energy becomes chaotic, which can lead to instability in wealth and even affect family harmony. The safest and most ideal places are those that clearly represent the water element, such as a shelf next to the refrigerator near the sink, or a corner of the kitchen that is far enough from the cooking heat. When positioned correctly, the bottle of water will soften the energy flow, helping the kitchen remain stable, balanced, and supportive of wealth accumulation. In Feng Shui, water does not only represent movement, it is also a nourishing source of energy. When present in the kitchen, it acts like a cool breeze that balances the heat from the fire, protecting wealth energy from being burned away and allowing it to grow steadily. Thanks to this balance, the family is not only ensured an abundance of food, but also a steady and secure financial foundation. In other words, a small bottle of water in the kitchen becomes a soft shield that helps preserve wealth for the homeowner. It tames the intensity of the flames and transforms the kitchen from a place that drains energy into one that nurtures it. From here, the kitchen is no longer just a place for health and warmth. It becomes a space that directly supports prosperity, abundance, and long-lasting wealth. Placing water in the right location is important, but for the wealth energy to truly be activated, the bottle itself must also be pure and aligned with Feng Shui principles. So how do you choose the right one? First and foremost, the water must always be clean and clear. In Feng Shui, the clarity of water symbolizes transparency and a smooth-flowing financial life. The clearer the water, the easier it is for wealth energy to circulate. On the other hand, if water is left for too long and becomes murky, it reflects stagnation blockages and can attract money-related troubles. That is why changing the water regularly is a simple yet powerful ritual. to refresh the prosperous energy in your home. The material of the bottle also matters. The ideal choice is clear glass because it allows you to see the purity of the water and helps transmit positive energy, allowing fresh energy to spread easily. If glass is not convenient, a clear plastic bottle can still be used as long as it is clean and in good condition. What you must avoid are dirty bottles, cloudy bottles, or those that have turned yellow over time as they weaken the Feng Shui effect and may even bring a heavy or gloomy feeling to the space. The number of bottles carries symbolic meaning too. In Feng Shui, odd numbers like 1 or 3 usually represent growth and development. One bottle placed correctly is already enough to activate wealth, while 3 small bottles grouped together can symbolize smooth and continuous prosperity. However, placing too many bottles can have the opposite effect, creating a sense of clutter and dispersing the energy, making it harder to focus. The size of the bottle does not need to be large. A moderately sized bottle that is clean, neat, and proportional to the space is most appropriate. The key is not in how big or small it is, but in the purity of the water and the accuracy of its placement. As long as the water is clear and clean, the bottle can become a powerful symbol of wealth circulation. Additionally, changing the water regularly, such as once a week, is extremely important. Every time you pour out the old water and replace it with fresh water, it becomes a ritual of energy renewal. It sends a strong message: wealth must move in order to grow. That small, mindful action is how you keep your home's energy field fresh, vibrant, and flowing with abundance. A single bottle of spring water placed in the right spot can already activate prosperity, but if you combine it with enhanced Feng Shui elements, its power to attract wealth can multiply. Let us begin with light. In nature, water looks its most beautiful when touched by light, reflecting softly and creating gentle energy waves. In Feng Shui, sunlight represents yang energy and water represents yin. When these two forces come together, they create an ideal balance of yin and yang. That is why, if your water bottle is placed where it can catch a bit of natural sunlight, the Feng Shui effect becomes much stronger, just like the flow of wealth being lit up and energized to keep moving. Next, consider the flow of air. A bottle of water placed in a stuffy or stagnant space will not work as effectively. But if the area around it is open and airy with space for energy to move, the water bottle becomes a center that gathers and radiates that energy. So always keep the water placement area clean, uncluttered, and well ventilated. That way, wealth energy can flow freely without obstruction. Another advanced factor is intention and mindset. In Feng Shui, every item holds not only its physical form, but also the energy of the owner's thoughts and emotions. When you place a bottle of water while holding a positive intention, seeing it as a symbol of abundance and prosperity, that energy gets imprinted into your space. On the other hand, if you place it carelessly with no mindfulness, its power is greatly reduced. This is the connection between the physical and the spiritual in Feng Shui. Finally, always remember the cycle of renewal. As mentioned earlier, water represents movement. If left unchanged for too long, it loses its freshness and becomes stagnant. By refreshing the water regularly, you are not only renewing the physical element, but also rejuvenating the energy of prosperity itself. This is how you keep financial growth flowing steadily and uninterrupted. Many people still misunderstand and believe that you can just place water anywhere to attract wealth, or that you need things like fish tanks or indoor water fountains for it to work. This is the moment to clear up those common misconceptions. The first mistake is thinking that placing water anywhere will bring prosperity. In reality, Feng Shui is not about random placement. It is based on the harmony of the 5 elements and the flow of energy. If water is placed in the wrong location, it can scatter wealth energy instead of gathering it, making it harder to hold onto money. That is why choosing the right spots, such as the front door, living room, kitchen, or next to the safe, is what really makes the difference. The second mistake is believing that only large or complicated items like aquariums, miniature landscapes, or indoor waterfalls can attract wealth. That is simply not true. While these items can be powerful, they require deep knowledge and consistent maintenance. If not properly cared for, the water can become stagnant, or the fish may die, bringing negative energy instead. Meanwhile, just one small, clean bottle of spring water placed in the right location can make a real difference in wealth energy flow. Another common misunderstanding is treating the water bottle as just a regular item with no true feng shui value. In feng shui, the size of an object does not matter as much as its symbolic meaning and energetic connection. A bottle of clean water symbolizes clarity flow and continuous circulation. When placed correctly, it becomes a living symbol of wealth movement, just as powerful as any elaborate item. One more mistake is placing water but forgetting to change it regularly. Water is meant to flow and stay fresh. If left too long, it becomes murky, and this reflects stagnant energy and lifeless wealth. That is why in Feng Shui, changing water frequently is seen as a ritual of energy renewal, keeping financial luck fresh and flowing. Water in Feng Shui is not only a life-sustaining element, it is also the symbol of wealth energy and continuous flow. Just one small bottle of spring water, when placed correctly, can become an invisible river, bringing wealth into your home, keeping fortune and abundance flowing without end. This is proof that Feng Shui does not need to be extravagant or mystical. It is about finding harmony in the smallest, most practical details of everyday life. Remember, this wealth is like water. You must know how to guide it, nourish it, and let it flow the right way for it to last. Starting today, try placing a bottle of water in a suitable location in your home and observe the shift in energy around you. Sometimes it is the simplest things that lead to the most surprising results. If you found my sharing helpful, leave a positive affirmation in the comments. I always live in abundance, and wealth flows into my life without end. This is not just a message, it is a way for you to activate the energy of prosperity within your own mindset. And do not forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss powerful Feng Shui tips to help you keep your money grow, your wealth, and pass good fortune on to future generations.